to Lurkers. We are here. Still, not learning anything, actually. Well, everyone has a right to a hobby. A rather expensive hobby for a tabloid journalist. Some of the items he had at home are from ancient Egypt, and at least a couple of volumes are old manuscripts and parchment. Do you think he got that from, is it like hush money, you know? I don't know how to answer that. William scratches his chin thoughtfully. I didn't know occultism was a trend here in England. In the USA, we have those charlatans, the theosophists, what the fuck are these words? Led by Madame Blavatsky. All of them a fraud, but they were gathering a surprising number of followers. I shrug. Are you talking about the cult? I don't know about that, but it sounds like something the rich would like. They have too much free time in their hands. I agree, but Mr. Forrester here does not look exactly well off. Nobody with a good salary would live in this neighborhood. I arch an eyebrow, amused. You'd be surprised. Anyway, what are we doing here? I'm freezing. We are waiting until Forrester thinks we are gone and he ventures outside. Do you think he will go out? With this humidity and being sick? Yeah, I'm certain. Oh, there he is. Quick, Eddie, hide around the corner. Alright, what is he doing? As soon as we jump to our hiding spot, Chris Forrester appears in the street. He will surely go to the pub to grab a beer and a hot meal. He will surely, right? But no, he walks past the frying pan up the street. Ah, I knew it. Let's follow him and we'll get our evidence about him being the Whitechapel murderer. Please do not be the murderer. Please do not. I would have been one of his victims then, bro. What? Where do you think he's going? In my job, there's a saying that proves true 9 out of 10 times. A criminal always goes back to the crime scene. Hurry, Eddie, or we'll lose him. Alright, okay. Where's the crime scene? I thought the crime scene was by the frying pan. What you doing, boy? In this alley here. This looks like it's home, so. We follow Chris Forrester as he turns the corner twice. The sunset leads to almost night by the time we arrive at a place I can recognize from the newspapers, photos, and drawings. I can't believe William is right. The journalist stops in front of the entrance of the backyard where Annie Chapman, the second victim, met her demise. He just stands there, hesitant. I bet he didn't expect the spot to be full of people. Because yes, even now at nighttime, the 2 murder scenes keep getting visitors. Not the police anymore, but curious people who want to see the famous crime scenes themselves. It should surprise me, but it doesn't. It's been 2 weeks since Annie Chapman's murder, but that only means more people have had a chance to learn about it. I bet some of the onlookers came to London from neighboring towns just for this. I mean, I guess when you're bored back then, I guess. I wouldn't. Before the journalist can retreat the same way he came, William steps forward. Oh. Okay, you're coming with me. The detective grabs his forearms. Forrester tries to shake him off, but of course William is stronger than him. That much is obvious. Let go of me. Not until they get some answers out of you. Walk. William starts walking fast, dragging Forrester with him. I'm half tempted to act. He's being too harsh with the guy, but I also want answers, and Forrester's the only lead we have. Well then, stop dragging him, William. He's not okay. Yeah, sure. We all know that's an excuse. Spill it already. You're the one who murdered those women, right? You're just gonna outright claim this? I thought you were a detective. I thought you needed some kind of proof. Forrester presses his lips together and looks away. Why did you want to check out the crime scene? Did you want to bask in the glory of how famous you've become? The journalist stays stubbornly quiet, silent. Frustrated, William grabs his shoulders and shakes him, but the outcome is the same, not a single word. Don't you see who got you? It's over, so speak already. William groans and throws a punch to the guy's stomach. The journalist bends over in pain. I lunge forward to catch him before he falls down. I don't know if I'm the murderer or not. Okay, wait. How do you not know if you're the murderer? Did you kill them or did you not? Were you half asleep? Do you have like 2 of you? You have Sakuna in there? I'm kidding. His shoulders shake with uncontrolled sobs. I can't stand it anymore. I push William off him and glare at him. I told you he's sick. Don't you dare hit him again. What if he's faking though? He could be faking. He could be faking tears right now. Don't you dare hit him again. He's not the murderer, for God's sake. You don't know that. He even said he's not sure a moment ago. He's not well. Shut up and help me get him back home before he collapses right here. Making a visible effort, William shuts his mouth and grabs the shaking guy under his arms. I take him by the other side, and the 2 of us help him walk back to his house. How do you not know, though? Are you possessed? Do you have a ghost in you? We drop the journalist on an armchair as soon as we step into his sitting room. He still looks abnormally pale. I'll make tea. That will help shake off the cold of the street. William nods and sits in front of Forrester. He looks a bit guilty. I'm sure he's come to terms with the fact that this sickly guy can't be a murderer. When I come back with tea, they are still sitting in silence. William staring at Forrester and the journalist staring at the void. He's trembling. I walk closer to him and put a hand on his shoulder. He flinches at my touch. Mr. Forrester, Chris, please calm down. We aren't going to hurt you, I promise. He keeps staring at the air in front of him as if he can't see or hear me. I try again. Chris? Are you okay? Do you need something? Music change. As soon as my hand grazes his shoulder again, he suddenly stands up, wobbling, hitting the coffee table with sneaks. His teacup tumbles over and the hot liquid spills, dripping onto the floor. William curses and picks up the teacup. I grab the journalist's forearm before he loses his balance and help him back to the armchair. He pushes my hand off and falls graciously back onto the armchair, but at least he's fine looking back at me. Don't touch me! Are you alright? I raise my hands where he can see them. William and I share a look, and then he nods, encouraging me to keep on talking to Forrester. I won't touch you. We just want to help you, Chris. He makes a sound, half a chuckle and half a sob. His narrow shoulders are shaking out of control. You're shivering. Do you want us to light the fireplace? William stands up to do so without waiting for a reply. Is this a triggered flames? Because there were 2 fires that night? But Chris Forrester's eyes are glassy and his expression is empty again. He seems to be far away from this place. No one can help me. I don't deserve any help. Chris, please don't say those kind of things. But it's true. I might be the one murdering those women. Your mother too. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? That's the scary part. When he says he doesn't know. How can you not know? You either did or you didn't. My thoughts exactly, but I didn't want to ask so harshly. Chris Forrester is very agitated right now. His limbs still tremble and there is a twitch in his hands. This guy is not okay. I always see blood in my dreams, since many years ago. William opens his mouth to retort, but he thinks better of it and keeps silent, encouraging the journalist to speak. Are you telling me you were half asleep killing people? Okay, I do the same. Okay. I should have read all of this before I stated. I wasn't aware until I started working at the Illustrated, but some of the bloody scenes in my dreams turned out to belong to actual crimes. It's a curse for my sins. What sins? I don't know, but that's what my priest said when I told him about my dreams. Oh, for God's sake, that's bullshit, Forrester. Did you really believe that? The young man casts a quick glance at William at last, acknowledging his presence. I look for other answers as well, other religions, ancient cultures. I guess that explains the state of his sitting room and his love for occultist items and books. Anyway, what does it have to do with these Whitechapel murders? The journalist licks his lips and shakes his head with sadness. A month ago, the dreams worsened. I started to see those horrible scenes when I was awake, too. Women screaming in agony, knives slashing through flesh and organs, blood splattering everywhere. My stomach churns at the image. Did he see my mother in her very last moments? Wait, are you telling me you hallucinate the murders? He's not buying a single word from Forrester, that's quite clear. Wouldn't you have evidence somewhere? Blood somewhere? Did it start before my mother's murder? Forrester nods. A bit, yes, a week or 2 before. When it happens, it's real. I can't tell if I'm dreaming or not. I come back to my senses in strange places, and I can't recall how or when I walked there. Hold on. The night of Polly Nichols' murder, and with Annie Chapman too. Did you find yourself at the crime scene after one of those hallucinations? The detective looks at me with a winning grin. Chris Forrester, on the contrary, looks like a condemned person walking to the gallows. Yes, I know how it sounds. You think I did it, right? And I can't really deny it because I'm not sure. I went to bed, then had a dream, or whatever it was, and I woke up in a dark alley with the police constable's whistles piercing my ears and a freshly mutilated corpse in front of me. Yet they didn't think it was him that did it. He covers his face with his hands and his shoulders start to shake violently with uncontrolled sobs. I don't dare to squeeze his forearm or pat his back as I would do with another person under these circumstances, not after his previous reaction at my touch. William and I walked to the other side of the room to deliberate about our next actions. You heard it. This freak is our murderer. Bro, William. No, that's not what I heard. Chris Forrester is a sick person. He needs professional help, not a death sentence. Oh, come on. Do you really believe him? He was there the moment the crimes took place. He's sick and unstable, yes, but he committed the murders. I thought you wanted revenge. And I do want it, but not at the expense of an innocent's life. Do you really think this guy would murder someone in cold blood and in such a brutal way? But he was there. I think he killed those women while in a trance. He seems to be a sleepwalker, so everything is possible. The fact that he isn't aware of it doesn't make him an innocent, Eddie. I stubbornly refuse to see his point. Let's keep an eye on him then, until we have more evidence. I'll trust in his innocence. He rolls his eyes, but finally shrugs, giving up. We'll keep watch here tonight. Will that make you feel more at ease? Yes, indeed. I won't take my eyes off him until all of this is solved. And then I'll show you how I was right and you weren't. Is this a wager? What are the stakes? Really? I think I've already decided on what I want when I have my victory, so you better decide on yours. What are you talking about? What is it? What are you betting? I'll tell you once I win. Now let's help Forrester into a sleeping position on the couch. Come on. Infuriating as always. I've only met this man not even a whole last day yet. William winks at me and moves to help the journalist to get ready for the night. I sigh and consider my options. I see none apart from following this American madman, so I go upstairs to grab some blankets and pillows. At least I've one. I get a bad ending. I get like fucking dead. At least I have one more time for Chris Forrester. Alright, achievement, new friend, nice. September 28th, 1888. We spend the night on the uncomfortable armchairs in the sitting room. I haven't had a wink of sleep, and I doubt William is more well rested than I am. Come morning, Chris is still tossing and turning on the couch. He had a fever running up and down the whole night, but at least it seems to have disappeared with the new day. We should let him sleep in. I agree. I have a visit scheduled for this morning, but I can go alone. We'll meet at the frying pan for lunch, if you're alright with it. I nod. My head and back ache like hell, so I think I'll try to sleep a bit more. I'll stay here with Chris until then. Send me a note if there's any change of plans. Send me a note? How does that work? William. Or William's point of view? Whitechapel Workhouse Infirmary's mortuary is just a shed 100 yards from the infirmary itself. Inside, it's more or less adapted to its functions, although rather bare bones. A single pallet, a sink, side table, and 2 dirty windows with a view onto a backyard. Here is where Eddie's mother was first brought the night she was found dead on the 31st of August of 1888. The mortuary, excuse me, attendant is one of the workhouse inmates. And I don't need to meet him to have a clear idea of what kind of individual he is. Probably a drunkard, like most people who end up living in a workhouse, unemployed apart from the occasional task of cleaning a corpse and preparing for the funeral service. I can't do that job. I would not. I sigh and pace around the narrow space, impatient and slightly annoyed. It's not that I haven't been in this kind of place back in America, no. But somehow here in England, everything has a distinct smell. Strong, intense. Let's hope the man I have to meet arrives before I'm no longer able to hold back my retching. Oh, hello. You look like an elf. Detective Burns. Ah, here he is. I offer the man my hand and my most charming smile. Mr. Burns, actually, I don't work for the Metropolitan Police. Dr. Llewellyn shakes my hand with a light frown. A private eye, and an American private eye at that. I didn't know our police were so desperate. Time to show him the permit signed by Commissioner Warren. In fact, it was I who volunteered. Quite an interesting case, the one you have going on right here. His expression relaxes at last. Good, now I can finally take a good look at him. Late 40s, good quality clothes, clean, but too worn out. No wedding ring. No wedding ring. I'm kidding, I would not. I would not date this man. This man cleans a dead. As I was, like, oogling over possible murder, I guess. He had a better salary for some years ago and someone who took care of his appearance. He hasn't neglected himself and doesn't smell of alcohol either, but I'd wager 1 year for that. I get that you have read the official statement. It's all in the papers by now. I might have some questions of my own. Alright, we're going to save it here for today. I don't know how many more characters we're going to meet, but my heart's already taken by Mr. Chris Forrester. Hope he's not the murderer. Hope he's just having hallucinations, but those will be intense hallucinations. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.